when I have a property with a building on it, so a property with a building, and the tenant wants to replace the building, so they want to demolish it to build a new structure on the land, does that mean we are converting to a ground lease? No, not necessarily. What ends up happening is they can build it. If they pay for it, they can build it, and then they will say, let's say the lease was going to be $8,500, but now they built it. So they can say, listen, we're not going to pay you $8,500, we're just going to pay you a lot less, so it will be like a ground lease. Or they can say, we're going to actually just pay you so little, and then after so many years, when we get our cost back for all the build out, we can then start paying you the normal lease with the new building. It's always good for us if they demolish and build a new building, because we're gonna work the numbers. If we got the land with the building at, let's say, 500,000, and we want to get 50,000 a year, and they're willing to pay that if they actually do a new build out, that's great. Usually what we do is, we paid 500,000, we bring a tenant in, we give them maybe 100,000, 150,000 tenant improvement, 650, and now they're gonna pay us like 100,000 a year or 85,000 a year. So the value is gonna jump. But if I don't have, like, you don't have to pay extra, or I don't, if you're assigning it to my fund, I don't have to pay extra, and they're gonna pay us that, that's beautiful. I'll take it all day long, and then it'll be a new building on the property. And you can actually eventually sell it for more, because anybody's gonna want a brand new building cash flowing on a land lease. So it could be like a ground lease, it could be a lower rent for a period of time until they increase. Will the tenant require TI from us to pay for the demolition of the old building? Now, some tenants say, I'm not willing to pay for it, you build it for us. If we build it for them, it's like the Starbucks story from the previous example I gave, whereby we say, okay, you were gonna pay $8,500 a month for rent, but now we're gonna build the building, and the building, we got bids. It's gonna take 8 months to get it done between permitting and the build out. And guess what? It's gonna cost us $500,000. So now we need to charge you $13,000 a month, 500. And you have a brand new building. And now these are the ones when they sign 15-year lease with 5 and 5, because the new building, they commit to longer term, we're able to amortize our cost, and it's a beautiful formula, because on the extra 60,000 a year I will collect, the building value goes up. Just to give you an example, 60,000, the building value will go up by 960,000, but I paid just 500 for the building. So I paid 500 to build it, and I'm charging them, 60,000 a year or 50,000 a year, but the multiplier is times 16. So we come out ahead. If you want to flip it, you can refinance and cash out, because now you have a big tenant who signed for a long-term lease. Those are beautiful buildings. So either way, if they build it and they pay less rent, that's good. If we build it and we collect higher rent, it's good. So how do we build it if we don't have the cash? We just go to the bank and say, look, I got this land under contract, I got this tenant that want me to build out, would you give me construction loan? Easiest loan to get when you have a big tenant ready to come in and make it happen for you.